We're doing two NBA player props here on PrizePicks for Thursday, February 20th. You guys, before I get started, link in the description below. Hop into the Discord. Been going crazy in the Discord. $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. Currently doing a promo right now for first-time members of the Discord. 20% off your first month. Comes out like $6 and something for the first 30 days. Link in the description below for that, you guys. Super positive community. Everyone in the Discord is trying to help each other cash. Also want to mention I'm not a gambling expert, not financial advice, simply just plays on personally looking at making, hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. Again, no one's pressing submit on those parlays other than yourselves. But let's get right into it, you guys. I got two player props here that I am targeting for this Thursday, February 20th NBA slate. Massive slate overall. Got some pretty good matchups here. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. So the first play I'm looking at here is going to be Morant, over 39 fantasy score. I would play this up to 40, in my opinion, but just this game should hopefully feed us 251 game total. Probably the highest game total I've seen all season in the NBA. 2.5 point spread. Both these teams play top six fastest paces in the NBA. Grizzlies played the second fastest. This is over the last 10 games. Let's actually look at the last 15. Over the last 15, yeah, Grizzlies play at the second fastest. Pacers play at this 10th fastest pace in the NBA. Again, like I said, this is the largest game total I've seen of any NBA game this season. But looking at Morant, he's elite on the road, which is very interesting. But you can see here 22.9 points, more rebounds, more steals, and a little bit more aggressive. Actually, quite a bit more aggressive on the road. 17 compared to 14 or 15 field goal attempts. But we look at Morant this season on the road in 30 plus minutes. He's over this line in 8 of 9 games. Actually, 39 plus fantasy points in 8 of 9 games this season on the road. He's just an on-the-road monster, right? Per 36 minutes as well on the road this season, he is averaging 46.1 fantasy points, 1.3 fantasy points per minute. Right, so just giving us that upside here in this kind of game environment that we should see, which should be really massive, right? I think this game environment, given both these teams play at a super fast pace and given how guards have been able to exploit the Pacers, right, as of late. Really, this is since the end of January into February. We've seen 9 different lead guards, essentially clear this line. And we saw Austin Reeves put up 68.9 fantasy points against the Pacers. Trae Young was 64, Jordan Poole 60, Josh Hart 52, Cade Cunningham 50, James Harden 43.2. Carlton Carrington and Keontae George both cleared this line versus the Pacers, right? Morant, as a per 36-minute fantasy points player, is elite. We know this, and he really started to get into a groove right before the All-Star break, right? I think you can see here, right before the All-Star break in the month of February, 50, 39, 37 against a tough OKC matchup, and then 44.4 against Phoenix. So given that he was in a nice groove, was in a nice kind of mode heading into the All-Star break, got the rest, I'm expecting him to play 30-plus minutes tonight, which, again, if we look over on Outlier, there's a link in the description. You can get a 7-day free trial with Outlier. If we look over on Outlier here, if his fantasy score line is up, it's not PRA, it's still up here, but the Pacers allow the second most points per game to the point guard position and the 6th most assists. All right, giving us just a great baseline for this line here. Again, I'm not overthinking this one. Morant, you can see the hit rate this season with 30 plus minutes on the road, 8 of 9 games. He's over on this line. So this is the first play with an absolute massive game total. I want to get a lot of this game in my slips, in my opinion at least, tonight. So Morant, 39 fantasy is the first play. The second play here, we're going to go all the way down to a PM game. It's going to be Stephon Castle over 23.5. Looking at this one down here, Wembanyama is doubtful. Yeah, he's doubtful for today. I guess he's sick, which you wouldn't think impacts Stephon Castle the most, but he's coming off the bench now. He's expected to play 30-plus minutes tonight, and also, if you're on PrizePicks and you're looking at last 5, this is inaccurate. They have, I don't know why PrizePicks does this, but this is from All-Star Weekend. This TMT, TMG, CAN, like this is from when he played All-Star Weekend. So these lines are not accurate as far as his last 5 from the NBA season. We look at Stephon Castle over his real last 5. He's over this line in 9 of his last 10, averaging 31.61 fantasy points. 31.61, right? So he's already over this line recently a ton. He's really found his groove. He's over in 13 of his last 20, averaging 26.62. Really just been a beast overall. And with Wembanyama out, he should see some more usage, right? Actually, he will see some more usage, but like I said, before the All-Star break, he really found his groove. And even with De'Aaron Fox was over in 4 straight, all on the road. 36, 27, 31, 34. But something I found super interesting here is this season, or over the last, I guess, what is this, 30 days, with Wembanyama off the floor, Stephon Castle averages 48.3 fantasy points per 36 minutes, 1.3 fantasy points per minute, sees the highest uses on the team. Mind you, 5 of these games are with De'Aaron Fox, but 48.3 fantasy points per 36, which is an increase of 11.9 fantasy points per 36 minutes and 0.3 fantasy points per minute. Right? We look at guards, game log this season, that versus the Suns logging 20 plus minutes. I mean, we've seen 21 different guards clear this line. And this, look at the dates on this. This is really since like the end of January into February. 21 different guards have cleared this line against Phoenix, right? Which is obviously a smash spot. We look at how Phoenix stacks up, matchup wise, right? They allow the 8th most rebounds, 8th most assists to shooting guard position, and then against point guards, they get absolutely fried, right? They get cooked. So I like this spot for Stephon Castle heading out from All-Star Weekend. Should have a ton of confidence. 2 player props for this video. Check out all the links in the description below. You guys hop into the Discord, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.